Hello, beautiful. I hope you are well. Today, I am back with my self love tips. Today, I want to talk about 10 commandments that I live by to be the happier version of myself. I feel like in everything that we do in this life, whether it is buying a new car, buying a house, going for that relationship, buying those new items. We are always in the pursuit of happiness. And one thing I've realized is that happiness comes from within. And these are a few things that have helped me to be a happier version of myself. Okay, so the first commandment that I have for myself is I never consume before I create on my creation days. What do I mean by this? In fact, in all days, not just creation days, I mean that before I consume the social media, before I go out and attend to people's problems, I make sure that I attend to myself. And creation can be anything. For me, it is praying, it is journaling, it is spending time with myself to meditate, it is creating content. I make sure that I pour to myself first before I pour into anyone out there. Before I attend to anyone's energy out there, I make sure that I attend to myself first, and that has really helped me to be happier, to fill my cup first before I allow anyone else to fill my cup with something that I might not need. Have you ever noticed how when you go to the grocery store when you are hungry, you end up buying anything and you buy things that you don't even need, like sugar, because you want that thing that is going to just help you to get a high immediately? That is because you did not take the time while you were at home to find something that you can eat, something that is healthy, before you go out there to shop for groceries. So make sure that before you go out of your house, before you do anything, you fill your cup first. You do things that are going to help you to be grounded, to be happier before you go out to consume social media. Okay, the second rule that I have for myself, hey there, the second rule that I have for myself is I drink water before I do anything in the morning. So before I eat my breakfast, before I take a walk, before I take a shower, I make sure that I drink a cup of water at least. And I love warm water. Hey Tanda, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. I'm just talking about the commandments that I have for myself that help me to be a happier version of myself. So commandment number one is I never create before I consume. So I never consume social media before I before I do something that is good for me, like meditation or prayer or journaling or anything that just fills me up, right? And then commandment number two is I always make sure that I drink water before I eat. I drink my water. I have my bottle here that I really love. So it's very important that you have a bottle that you love. I'm good, thank you, baby. Okay, and then commandment number three is I make sure that I go to the gym 4 times a week. Rules when it comes to the gym is I never skip Mondays. For me, I feel like Monday sets the tone for the whole week. If I skip Mondays, usually I become very lazy for the entire week. So my rule for the gym is I never ever ever skip Mondays, right? And then rule number two when it comes to the gym as well is I never skip the gym 2 times in a row. So if I go on Monday and then for some reason on Tuesday I can't go, I make sure that on Wednesday I pick myself up and I go back to the gym, because if you don't do that, you'll end up abandoning your New Year's resolutions, right? And then my other commandment is I never do diet. Guys, diet has die in the word. So I never do diets. I just tell myself that I am going to eat something that I know that is good for me, that I know that is going to nourish me, that I know that is going to make me feel like I have energy. And like I always say, treat yourself like a beautiful car. If you were like a beautiful Mercedes Benz or a Lamborghini or hey Hey Tanda, thank you. Hey guys, sorry, I don't know what happened. I lost my life, but I was still talking about my commandments that make me feel like the happier version of myself, right? So I was saying that I always make sure that I drink water before I eat anything. I make sure that I go to the gym at least not three, 4 times a week, and I always make sure that I never skip Mondays, right? And then another thing is I never ever do diets, because for me even the word has die in it, and I feel like diets are not sustainable. So I treat myself like a luxurious car, right? So if you treat yourself like a luxurious car, think about it. If you're like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari and you were supposed to fill that vehicle with petrol, right? You would never go to the garage and say that I want to pour diesel in my car just because it is cheaper. So if you want to have lean beef means, even though it is more expensive than the normal one, please buy it because you are worthy. And if you treat yourself like that expensive, luxurious car, then you will treat yourself better. And if you are that luxurious car, you won't just allow anyone to come um, into your space, because you understand your value. You understand how important you are, how valuable you are, right? Okay, my other rule is I never eat junk food on weekdays unless if it's holidays. But my rule is I don't eat junk food on weekdays, and that is my rule. And for me, I don't restrict. I don't say that I don't eat sugar, I don't eat whatever. I say that I choose to eat something that is going to be nourishing for me. I choose to eat vegetables. I say that water is my favorite beverage. So the way you speak to yourself is going to help you in terms of what you end up doing, the actions that you take for yourself. I tell myself that I'm so grateful that I get to fuel my body. I tell myself that I'm so grateful that I get to drink this clean water. So stop vilifying food and saying that I cannot eat this is bad for me. Just say that I prefer to eat foods that are nourishing for me, like protein, like fiber, like just delicious food for myself, right? And then another rule that I live by, this one now has nothing to do with the gym, it has to do with my self love and my happiness, is I never blame anyone. And by this, I don't even blame myself if I go through something. Thank you, Tando. I really appreciate you. So if I go through something, I never blame anyone, right? I understand that everything that I have been through is because I had to learn something. I had to go through that for my transformation, for my lessons, for anything that I need in this life. I don't blame myself. I don't blame anyone. I have made peace with my past. I make peace with my past. I forgive myself. I forgive anyone in the past, whether they have hurt me intentionally or not, because I understand that I am worthy of living a life that is peaceful. So you need to also do that, where you let go of the past. There is nothing you can do to change your past. Does not matter how many times you rewind your past, does not matter how many times you tell the story of your past, how many times you tell your friends, you can never change your past. So make peace with it. Forgive everyone who is involved, including yourself. I feel like most of the times we are so hard on ourselves. It is so difficult for us to forgive ourselves. We we are so critical of ourselves, but the first not the first thing, but one of the most things that are going to help you to have a happier life is to make peace with your past. Forgive yourself. Forgive anything that you did that you feel like you're embarrassed about, and know that you did that because that version of yourself knew that to be the best thing you can do in that moment. So forgive yourself, cut yourself some slack. All right, you deserve better, you deserve peace, you deserve happiness. So forgive yourself. Another rule that I live by is I never, never abandon myself. Even if I plan a trip with my friends, I make sure that if my friends cancel, I am still able to go in that trip on my own. So, for an example, the other day I made plans with my friend. we're going to go for a swim together. And then for some reason she cancelled, and I told myself that, you know what, because I was really looking forward to this swim, I am still going to go there. Sending you my love, Tando. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm so happy to be with you as well. So I was saying that I made plans with my friends that I'm going to go for a swim, and for some reason she cancelled. But I told myself, but that just because she cancelled does not mean that I can not go there and enjoy the swim on my own. So every time I make plans with my friends, I make sure that I have a backup plan for myself, or I tell myself that if we were supposed to go, for example, to go Reef City, and for some reason they're canceling, I am still going to go there and have the best time of my life, because I understand that happiness comes from within. And there's a quote that I really loved that said that if you love your company, you can never be alone. And I love my company. And at first, when you're not used to being on your own, it will be very difficult for you to be on your own, but learn to spend time on your own, whether you are journaling, whether you are um meditating, whether you are praying, whether you're just sitting and not doing anything and just listening to your thoughts. Allow yourself to be with yourself, do things on your own, so that when people cancel on you, your whole day does not get ruined. You know how to do something about that. You know how to be on your own. You know how to deal with your emotions as well, right? Okay, and then I am in rule number 8. Rule number 8 for myself, or the commandment of my life, is I always check in with myself. Whether I check in with myself in the moment or at a later stage, if I am with, for example, some people and I feel a bit weird, I feel like an uneasiness in my emotions. At home later, I sit down with myself and I ask myself, why do I feel like that? Is it because maybe those people that I am with are triggering a version of me that wants to shrink? Or is it because maybe they are motivating me to gossip or to be a lesser version of myself? I read the energies and I never abandon myself. I ask myself, what does this person make me feel like? Do they make me feel like I want to be the best version of myself, or do they want me to shrink? And I try by all means to avoid people that make me want to shrink myself, people that make me feel like my light is too much, people that make me feel like I am not good enough. And I seek to be with people who make me want to show up more as the best version of myself, people who celebrate my authenticity, people who celebrate who I am, people who love me for who I am, not what I have, not what I do for them, right? And then another commandment that I have for myself is I always choose growth, even if it's difficult, even if it's uncomfortable, right? So if I know that I want to go and learn how to swim, even though it's scary, even though it's intimidating, if I know that I want to grow, I will go there and challenge myself and do what I love. Thank you. Thank you, Tando. So if I want to do something that is challenging for me, if I know that it's going to help me to grow, I go towards that and I face those challenges, because I know that for me, growth is important. I know that for me, courage is very important. Right? So that is my other rule, that I always choose growth, even if it feels scary or uncomfortable. Right? And then commandment number 9 is um, I feed what I want more of. What do I mean by this? I mean that if there's something that I'm believing for myself, right? Let's say that I believe that I'm going to be successful one day, and I believe that with all of my heart, if I keep putting in the work, if I keep going, I will succeed one day. I do not associate myself with people who are going to tell me that I will never be successful. I don't associate myself with people who say that success is very difficult. I listen to people who are aligned with where I want to go in life, people who encourage me, people who tell me that anything is possible. And then the last commandment is I starve what I don't want to grow. I believe that energy is really an expensive asset, right? So if someone is discouraging me, if someone is complaining, I know that the people that I spend time with will shape the way I view life. All right, Tana, no problem. Yeah, so I was saying that my last commandment is that I starve what I don't want to grow in my life, and then I make sure that anything that I want to build in my life, I feed that. So I associate with myself with people who I feel like are going to encourage me to know that success is possible. People are going to tell me that I must keep going, and the more I persist, the more I will find the success that I'm looking for. If someone is negative, if someone is saying that I can't do this, if someone is saying that no one has ever done this, no one like me has ever done this, I try to stay away from those people, because I understand that the people that we keep around us, the environment that we are in, is very important. And for me, this does not only apply to the people that I am with physically, like my friends or my family, it also applies to the social media content that I take. So if I'm watching something on TikTok, I make sure that it is aligned with who I want to become. There are jokes that I don't find funny anymore right now. There are things that people post that I never find, that I used to laugh at when I saw them before, but now I feel like, no, this is actually not funny anymore. Like, for example, if someone is making a joke about money, saying that I am always broke, January is a horrible month, January we get to eat cabbage. For me, those are not funny anymore, and I don't relate with those things. And I just swipe, or I skip, or I make sure that I curate my social media to be what I want to see, what I want to believe in. How do we get the courage to go? Hi, Tando. I think for me, the first time I did my live, I was really scared. But I feel like the more you do something, the more you get better at it, right? And I'm also learning to grow my YouTube channel, learn how to go and do lives. I'm not perfect by any means, but I love doing lives. I've noticed that after doing a live, I feel so good about myself. I love talking to you guys. I love making an impact in the world. And for me, that makes me want to show up even if I'm scared. And like I said, if I feel like something is going to grow me, I will do it. I will do it even if I'm scared. I will do it even if I feel like I might embarrass myself or humiliate myself. If I know that this is going to help me grow, then I do it. Ah! Thank you, Tando. Thank you, Tando. Yeah, but Tando, I was really scared to do my lives at first. When I started, I was shaking. And I think on my first live, I did not even get views, which I didn't even get views, which made me even more scared. And I think I was even scared of people coming to watch for some reason, because I was like, I'm not perfect. My accent is not good enough. Hi, Lerato. Yeah, but for me, my rule is, if something is going to grow me, I am going to do it, even if it's scary. And I think what can help you with this as well is just to know your values. For me, one of my values is courage, right? And there's a video that I did last week where I was talking about resolutions, right? And so I've had that, to make your year the best year yet, you need to ask yourself, by the end of this year, so by 2026 December, what emotions or what words do you want to come up when someone is asking you, how was 2026? How do you want to feel this year? For me, by the end of this year, I want to feel like I have been fearless. I want to feel like I have been courageous. I want to feel like I have made an impact. I want to feel like I am proud of myself. And for me, showing up in a life like this is things that is going to help me feel like I've made an impact. Hi, Ilana, Katie, Megan, how are you? Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really love doing these lives. I'm sending you my love. So if Lerato, not Lerato, Tando, sorry. If Tando, you want to do something, like you want to do a live, but you are scared for some reason, just give it a try. Tell me when you're doing your live and I will join. Thank you so much. Hey, Nombulelo, how are you doing? Thank you for the love. So Tando, just do it, even if you are scared. Just do it and know that. Thank you, Megan. And just know that you are enough the way you are right now. You are worthy. You don't have to be perfect. No one is perfect. We can never be perfect. Just go there and show and share your message and know that the way you are right now is perfectly fine. It is okay to grow in front of an audience, which is also something that I'm doing. And just know that what you have to say, what you have to share is important. So just go with that mentality and know that we're going to be there. We're going to support you, right? And you must tell me when you're going for your live, and I will definitely support you. Okay? Yeah, guys, I think that's it for today. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, this live was so nice. And I wanted to do this live in my car, but I don't know. I think I didn't have internet because my camera just stopped working. And I don't like doing the live inside the house because I feel like my lighting is not really good. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Um yeah, so I'm going to leave now and then I will come back. Do lives every Sunday. No problem, Tando. But let me know when you're doing your live. I will go and support you. I'll go and be like, hey, go girly. I love supporting girls. I feel like as girls we need to support each other. As human beings, actually, we need to support each other. We need to encourage each other. I feel like in this world there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of people laughing at each other when someone is making a mistake. So it's very important that we support each other and we know that no one is perfect. All right, Tando, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Guys, I'm going to leave my live here and then I will come back next week, Sunday, around same time. So I want to do lives every weekend, every Sunday or Saturdays, but I feel like Sunday for me is good. I can't do lives on weekdays because I have to go to work, but I really love connecting with you all. I love doing these lives. I love helping someone, and I hope that you have a beautiful day, a day that is as beautiful as you are. And I hope that you have a beautiful week ahead. And I hope that you have also a beautiful year. I'm still saying Happy New Year to people. I'm still saying, um, I hope you make this year count. I hope that you chase your dreams. You become fearless. You do things that you've always wanted to do. You write down your goals. I cannot stress how important it is to write down your goals and your wishes. For me, there are things that I wrote down on my journal like 5 years ago, and when I look back now, I see that all these prayers have been answered. And for me, that helps me to be more grateful. It helps me to know that God answers prayers. It makes me appreciate where I am at and know that even if things are not going as I want right now, things are going to be okay. It reminds me that life is like seasons. So there are times where it will be like winter in your life. There are times where it will be like summer or spring. And that has taught me that when it's summer, you need to appreciate that. You need to plant also the seeds for winter so that by the time you get to winter, you're not stressed, you are not shocked. You knew that life has ups and downs, and when it's summer you get to appreciate the good things in life. You get to understand how blessed you are, and then in winter you get to relax and enjoy the fruits of the things that you've planted in the summer. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this here. Have a day as beautiful as you are. Thank you so much for joining my live. I will see you guys again on my next live next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, I love you. Goodbye.